unlocked.
Yes.
Then this 7, what is happening with this 7? It's a speed or what?
It's okay. You can have 1,000
Okay.
that are direct to you, but we only go down 10 levels. So each one you add. So when you first added 1, you 1 level unlocked. Your second, 2 levels unlocked. Your third, 3 levels unlocked. Your fourth, 4 levels unlocked. Fifth is 5, 6 is 6, 7 is 7, 8, 9, 10 is the maximum levels, right? Now all are unlocked. So 10 direct, 10 unlocked, all the levels are unlocked.
Okay, thanks then.
Yeah. So then you can have, 1,000 people direct to you, and every one of them has 10 underneath them that you'll get benefit from.
Okay, I must place 10, 10, 10 under each and every download.
No, they place it. It's not for you to place.
Okay.
You don't want to place anyone other than direct to you.
Okay.
Right? Because you get the most commission off of those that are direct to you.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to help someone you could do that, but you want to be able to go down the 10 levels, and then you do that each leg, right? You can go down 10. So some legs, you never get any sales, but any time in the future that they're going to buy grains, some benefit.
Okay, thanks. Got clarity now.
Yeah. So what I'll do, when I line up I'll open up my group. So 1 second, let me share my screen now. So if you go to goldgraincoin.com, right, without the link, it's just the gold. You have this information page. I'm going to have to put a link from inside the back office to here to launch it, so because some people don't even know it's here. Right. So this is a refined version, a little bit more updated, because it talks more about, let's say, like the RC20 on the Tron blockchain, things like that. All right. So anyway, let me go back up to the top. Buy grains. One moment here. Okay, so right here, we're just talking. So I've got 86 direct and 10 unlocked, right? But on my second level, I have 223 people. That's everyone that's direct to me, they added people. And then on my third level to 10, there I have 157 people. So my commission is 10% matching whatever they get in here. Here I get 50% matching. And here I get 100%. So I'm going to go look over here. Look at the levels are listed here, right? Level 4, level 5. Here's a level 6. I've got I only have up to level 6. So, but I unlocked to 10 levels. So once you get the 10 direct, And in order for people to be under you, they have to be verified for their documents.
Okay.
There's no documents right now. So it's your address, right? So as long as that's
Yes.
done this part, that's all that's needed. Other than that, whenever
Okay.
makes a sale on any one of those accounts by buying more grains, you will get a percentage ongoing. So this should be going on for years and years and years and years. So the grains could be, the 10 cryptocurrencies in the world, just akin to like USDT as a stable coin. I think we can even surpass USDT. At some point, Okay, so so do you have any questions? Okay, I'll switch back over to this screen. All right. So let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody so they get rid of the background noises. Okay, I muted everyone. If you want, just unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. So what I want to do is just go over, what's gone on over the last week. So we had some initial problems because we had too many people registering at one time, and the email system became overwhelmed. So if someone started to make their account and then there was too many coming in at that time and they finished, it may not have caught it and did not send you a email, right? It's because it just had too many going on. So it timed out for a few seconds and then the next one would be going through. So a few people basically got into a position where they tried to, build to go in and they were having the same problem. And some people come back in right away and they were still having the same problem 3-4 times. So that problem has been resolved. We replaced the software portion of that had the problem about the email, and that is fixed now. So for the people who made those accounts that were kind of stuck, I made a list. I asked people, send me your email address for what you registered on. And if it's in the system, if you create an account and it's correct, then it will be there and we'll be able to finish the registration internally. There's 18 people that basically sent the list, sent the email to the list I had there for the stuck accounts. Now a couple people have added more. I'll wait till it to gather up until tomorrow, and we'll submit the last names. It's time consuming for them to do this, for the programmer to go in and fix this. So we need to make sure that I don't want to like do one and do one and didn't do one, because it's problematic. And then there's other things they need to work on. So I'll do another batch tomorrow, and then hopefully we're all caught up with those stuck accounts. Now there was a calculation problem on the commissions, all right, but it only affected me because I'm the only one that had any sales at the time, and so that was fixed. It was just a calculation problem. So this right now, the commission rate is it's basically 5%. So where does that get paid from? When we have the cost of the gold, and we have the cost of actually acquiring the gold, storing the gold, and then leveraging the gold, that's part of the minting fee. Well, there's also insurance in there. and there's also commissions in there. So in an effort to keep, this extra fee smaller, we kept the commission lower. So I've had some discussions with some, let's say people that have bigger downlines, and they want bigger commissions. No surprise. So the question comes down to, if we increase this base 5% mark, let's say we made it 10%, that effectively doubles all the commissions all the way down the line. Even if we're not changing the percentage, it's still 100% match, 50% match, and 10% match down to the 10th level. But if we start with a doubled the size number, that means all the commissions that would be coming will start from a doubled number. So if we do this, then that has to come in the form of the increasing the mining and issuing fee. So I'm just going to ask you what you guys feel about that. It's really a choice of of keeping it where it is, or increasing it, right? But then increasing the mining fee to absorb that. So like it'll probably effectively, if we're at 30% and it went up to say 50% mining fee, that would mean that it's going to go up from 0.005 to 0.006, something like that. I have to calculate it out, but it's going to be that would be per coin. So I'll go ahead and I'll make a poll as well and put that out on the group page, on the group Telegram group, and then we'll see what people feel about that. I'm inclined to keep it where it is, but I want to hear what you have to say about it. And over time, this builds up, right? 5% and I think is decent, but it becomes a bigger number in a very big way as things roll out, and that's okay, right? If that's what we're doing, and it makes sense. Whatever helps propel it better, right? Because we want mass adoption. So if it's so, let's say it's I was referring to it. If you want to think about it, how much is a coin worth? One gold grain coin. Let's say a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Well, you have different sizes, so maybe now we move it up to a venti size, the cost of a venti size compared to a regular size coffee. So something along those lines. So all right, so that's where that's it. So now let me discuss some of the other issues that people have asked some questions. Now people see that there's a Tron wallet address there. Now that is for when you want to move the coins out of your internal wallet and you move it to an external Tron wallet. You can do that, it will work, no problem. Once you've moved them out, they cannot move back in. That's one thing. So what does that mean for you? So if there is, if you want to basically use the gold grain leverage in the Sarah Gold crypto trading program, there is, since we're taking that gold and we're leveraging it, we're actually getting more in crypto after we get the gold and we leverage it, we'll be able to get 300% for that. That we turn around and we put that into the trading programs. There's an extra 20% for any of the grains that you want to go ahead and put towards the trading. So when you do that, there's instead of at 100%, you'd be in at 120%. But if you move the grains outside of there, then it starts a whole different calculation. And the reason for this is that because when we do this process, we have to do it in a bulk. So we get the grain gold, the physical gold, at one time in a bulk, and then it gets stored, in bulk and leveraged in bulk, and we get crypto in bulk. But at that time, we have to know how much is coming in from the people that want to move their grains in. So right now we're storing them because the phase 2 has not started. So if you want to basically use the grains now, you can. They're the value of 1 grain of gold. So if you move them to an external wallet, you could use them. Now we're going to have, we were kind of jokingly called it, phase 1.5, but it's going to be the way in which we have an exchange for them to be changed back out to Bitcoin, for example. So we'll have that as a trading pair on this exchange. So we just went over that with the developers today, and so we're making the plans right now for that next phase, or maybe 1.1, might be the better way to call it. So it should not be more than, I'd say, a month before that is online. And at that point, then you would be able to exchange the grains back out. So from your internal wallet, you would move, we'd actually put another link there to send to the exchange. So you'd have an account on the exchange, and then you'd send it to the exchange. Something along those lines. We'll work out the details, but that's basically what it will be. We also will have and we would call an event coordinator. So event coordinators will, it'll be where they have their own, say, website for selling grains. And it's not part of the affiliate program, but they basically get to sell the grains directly. And in order for them to do it, they have to buy grains in bulk at a 1 Bitcoin minimum at a time. So they get that, and then they're able to sell it, but they get a bigger commission than the 5% because there's no downline to feed, right? So that is the event coordinator site. So that's another, or we can call that, phase 1.2. So both of these are not going to take too long to come online. Phase 2 is probably more like about 3 months out, something like that. Maybe 4 months. It just depends. We're having to make a lot of arrangements, financial arrangements, and things like that, and it seems to take herding cats, getting everyone on the same page at the same time, all the agreements in place, and that. So, but everybody is in general agreement with what we're doing. They love it. They didn't know how to get into the crypto market, and we're showing them this is how. So on that basis, it's looking good. Let's see, has there been any other issues? Oh, yes, the red flag emails. So a lot of people received when they went to register, they received this scary message, saying it was from a phishing site. So in the email system, there is a rotation of IP addresses. And in that rotation of IP addresses, there was one IP address that was flagged out in the email world as being from a scam site. It didn't mean that we were doing phishing. It's just that that IP address at one time was used for that. So now that's why it pops up. It was very erratic, you know, when people would get that or not. So don't know if it happened to be because you're in a certain geographic area or a certain backbone of the internet was going through, however that worked. So we've you know, replaced that as well. So that is not happening anymore, apparently. But if you do get something like that, please let me know. But as of from like 2 days ago, that it should have now been corrected. I think that's about it for all the issues that have come up. Besides that, you know, there are the sales are going good for not trying to push any marketing, and we figured out all of the little issues that we needed to, you know, fix before we try and start doing videos and presentations and things like that. I think starting on the 1st of February, I think it's the 1st, that there'll be some presentations in London starting. Then, of course, I'm going to be doing some videos and explaining how to go through things. So also do a PowerPoint as well. That's it. You know, that's my update. So if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away. Okay, that's it. You guys have no questions? It's over? That's really fast. We're done in 23 minutes. Oh, there's a hand going up. Okay. I'll unmute you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Dunlitz.
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you well.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I have a question that I want to ask regards our downline that's about to register. Most of them, they don't have money now, and they want us to give them the link so that they can register.
Mm-hmm.
But I was personally trying to keep it, that we should wait until they have money. Because most of them, they will register, they might not eventually put money. So I was just thinking maybe should we give it to them so that they can register and be part of the community.
It doesn't hurt you to have them register at all. There's no penalty, no cost. So that's fine. You know, there's no, I mean, if they're not going to basically build a downline, you know, then they're just gonna be sitting there waiting for you to do it. You'll never have like a level 2 and level 3, level 4. So that's okay. If you want to, you know, have someone sitting there in the middle, and they'll take a portion of a sale. If they bring in someone else below, that's okay, because if they brought in people and went underneath, then, you know, they'll end up making some. So I don't know. It's a spill up effect. You know, so anytime there's a sale anywhere down the line, it's going to travel up from whoever did it. So if they're in your downline, it'll travel up to you. But you know, it's a as I said, the system is, you know, based on commission, right? But then they'll Sarah Gold, they'll be the same 100% matching, 50% matching, 10%, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? But it'll be based upon, you know, the carats, right? And what things are coming through there. And what you put into it.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, anything else? Raise your hand. Okay, I lowered your hand. and muted you again. If we're good, we're good. All right, I'll go ahead and I'm going to put together the poll, and I'll put it up there on the group, and then you guys can give your your opinion about whether we should go ahead and increase the mining fee so we can have a higher commission. So,
No, Dan. Hello, Dan. Dan?
yes, go ahead. I hear you.
Okay. On the referral commission, when they buy the gold grain, on my side, I can see this 5% is okay because Bitcoin, we don't own Bitcoin. This year, so demand more commission in Bitcoins while that Bitcoins is fluctuating, while we can build our own currency and receive the points. What I can see now, the points are more valuable than the Bitcoin in myself.
Yeah,
I don't know others.
Yeah, you're well, it's both are nice. I don't know how, if you could say one is much more better, but it does, getting points is important. Right now,
Yes.
we're going to be gathering points, right? So we're storing the points.
Yes.
And probably,
Yes.
but when we get started with our phase 2 and the Sarah Gold is going, it's going to be a daily amount of points coming to you and applied to your percentage. But since we're gathering points right now, probably what we'll do is we'll allow you to decide how many points you want to put out, for that current day, right? Or put a maximum or something. Probably have like a maximum number of points for any one day. Maybe it's 1,000 points. I don't know.
Yes.
And something like that. So if you ended up how many points do I have right now? Here, let me share my screen.
I can see it's a scary one.
I got 22,000 points.
Yes.
So this is, of course, I'm dominating right now, but this is not. So if someone else had 22,000 points, you can spread that out when we start phase 2, and let's say we did 1,000 points a day for 22 days, right? You could do that and do something like that. Anyway, we'll figure that out. We're far away from coming to where we're going to use the points. But when we start, the idea is that it will be a daily occurrence, right? So then you're taking as it comes in daily and the division of it. So that's. I'll talk a little bit about the points, all right? Because a lot of people say, well, how many points for carats? There's no way to find out. There is no direct relationship because points only determine your percentage of that day. So if there was, let's say a total of 100,000 points, that came in that day, and one person had 100 points, another person had 50 points, another person had 1,000 points, another person had 20 points, so you would just divide the 100,000, right? And divide it by, you'd have 100,000 sections of a point. And so those would be a division. So you would have that much division. That would turn into a percentage of that day's carats that you would get. So there's no way to relate them because every day will be different, and it'll depend on how many points were done all together, right? And then how it's divided up onto how many carats you would get, and then what is the price of the carat that day. So there's no direct relationship. So the points are basically just a way to show how much of a percentage you're going to get from that day. Any other questions? You can raise your hands if you know how to raise your hands. You could raise your hands on video too, but there's only one on video. Anything else? We're good for today? Ah, there's a hand. Okay. Unmute. Okay, you're unmuted.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. I hear you.
Special greetings, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. My question is, in that bounty point in the wallet, must one complete all the tasks before you get any point there?
You have to verify your account first. You know, add your address in that. We actually had a full KYC feature in there, but it wasn't actually necessary for what we're doing right here. So we basically turned that part off. So it's only verifying your address. Once you put your address in, that's all it really need to right now. Later on, we will go ahead and add more points for adding other things and so on. But yes, you need to at least complete the verification. You get points for doing the verification as well.
Yeah, I have done the verification, but my question, when I was taking the Telegram username, after some task, the Facebook link, I submitted. It took some parts and refused the data should be Facebook and YouTube, but there's no point given to me in that very task.
Yeah.
Well, at all. So I'm asking, must one complete the 100% text before getting a point there?
Yeah. Well, you know, we haven't actually pushed into doing the points and following through on that yet, because we've been working on these other issues. So we will go ahead and look at where we're at with the point verifications for these other things like Telegram and that. This is it's also a manual process, right, of verification and approval. So anyway, this is one of the things that is you know, it's sitting there waiting for us to really start pushing with it. So, maybe tomorrow I'll look into see where things are with it and make sure what's the next steps that we're going to need to implement to push that through.
Okay, so we shouldn't bother about the points in that task, bounty point task.
No, it's okay. A lot of people have added things there, but it's more, there's a manual process to approve it, right? So you have to go verify it, and then it gets approved. So it's in the admin back office as a verification process.
So, the question is, before we go to the public, I think it should be on smart contracts, as in, because when we're going to the public, the crowd will be there, and you can't take always manual system.
Yeah, no, well, it will be a manual system because what we're going to do is give points for people to do verification. So other members will verify other members.
Okay, let me don't bother much about that for now. The other question is, when will be enabled two-factor authentication? Because when I scan the code, I put the barcode, I get the code. When I entered it, it said not enabled. That's the two-factor authentication, because that is the highest security in the wallet.
Sure. Okay, so I will check into that actually. So let me make a note, because I had done it before and it worked fine, but that was in the beginning. Something may have changed. You're the first person to say anything about it. So.
It wasn't working. Okay, but the other question is, how do we place order and or cancel order? Because I try to place order, I don't master it. I want to cancel the order I placed because I can't see where to cancel order in the wallet, but I can see where to place, but to cancel and make some amendments. Is there any particular place for canceling order placed, sir?
Well, it will auto cancel itself after, I think, like 30 minutes, something like that. There's a countdown. It kind of, I think it actually changed, the time frame changes depending on how volatile Bitcoin is at the moment.
Okay, maybe with time, because equally how to buy, the wallet address on how to place your Bitcoin, get grains, I find it equally difficult. I searched all around. I said I will ask the question on how to use the Bitcoin, acquire grain. I can't see where to place the Bitcoin, the address, take the address, and so on. I couldn't see it, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and do a video about that. But it's I can share my screen and kind of go through this. So buy tokens, right? And if you put in an amount, right, it'll calculate out. Then you buy using cryptocurrency. And right here, you have to select, right? You have to actually select that you're going to pay with Bitcoin. And then you're going to have to put in a first name and a last name. And then you go to complete checkout. So here's a timer right here. Look, 7 minutes and 29, no, 7 hours. So 7 hours, 29 minutes. So you got a lot of time to finish this. But I would do it when you're ready to go. This number right here, right? And this number right here are the two numbers you have to take and copy them and go to your Bitcoin wallet. And you put in that Bitcoin wallet address and for sending, and that amount for sending, whatever is there. And then that's all you have to do is once you've paid there, you can come back to the screen and wait for it to come up and say paid. Once it says paid, you know, you can click on return to store. That's it.
Okay, that's to say there will be a tutorial or a video for that, so that will master it.
Yeah, we just did the video.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut this out and I'm gonna put it up there. So here it is. That's how you do it.
So in summary, so far so good, but I equally suggest that with time, it will take a smart contract format, whereby when you place your own to command order and they automatically executes. That's more of the manual system. Like so many other exchanges where people trade, you just place order, whenever it executes, you take it. But we are just about to master it. But having a smart contract system in a decentralized blockchain platform like this helps so easily.
There's no way to automate a sale unless we have a Bitcoin wallet inside, right? And you've already moved Bitcoin to your internal wallet. Then it can be automated. But we can't automatically go out into your Bitcoin wallet, grab Bitcoin and bring it back into our wallet. You have to do that. There is no way to do that automatically. From a Bitcoin exchange, right? If you're on an exchange, you have an account. You're inside their system. They can automate inside there.
I overheard from the beginning, sir, that this wallet is going to house some cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. This, like one can leave you can see blockchain wallets, a Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and this. If we can accommodate Bitcoin, as one is, we always use Bitcoin to buy other cryptocurrencies. I think one can drop some Bitcoin in his wallet inside the Great Gold wallets. So I think it's good to.
So this site is the affiliate site, right? It's set up for just doing affiliate sales, and that's all it's for. There'll be another site that's for like event coordinators, and they will be able to sell the grains to their people like a store, right? They have their own website, and they have to buy 1 Bitcoin worth of grains at a time, right? And we'll have an exchange, right? And on that exchange, there'll be Bitcoin paired with the grains, right? And you'll be able to do, trading back and forth. And then when we get to our phase 2 with the Sarah Gold, there we go.
So I think as time goes by, one will be understanding it gradually. I think I get a bit improved more than before. Like today, I was studying certain things. I was jotting some certain things. I don't want to bother you much with questions till when the time comes, maybe at phase 2. But then my last question, sir, is how will one gather points? What and what we want to do together? His point determines the character. And the question is outside points, what will one use to gather carats?
So there will be several ways to get carats, all based upon different programs, abundance programs. From the points, this is directly connected to the Sarah Gold system, right? So this has to do at the time when we're leveraging the gold, right? And then using that leverage to get more crypto to go trade, we get more pumped into our economy. So a segment of that goes off into the members that are gathering points. So as you gather points by just bringing in new members or by verifying other people's Facebook ads and things like that, so that they've posted and all those kind of things. Once we start this, then we'll have a massive amount of people spreading the word about this, right? So we want to make sure that we've taken care of all our little problems. So I don't think we're going to have any other big problems. I think we've taken care of them. We may have some small ones. We'll wait and see if there's any more issues in the next couple of days, right? But we will be working towards this verification process, right? Where people get that are in our affiliate program here will be able to go ahead when they post their links. They'll be verified by other members. So that's another system, right? That is what we added on. But right now, we'll.
The last question, sir. Mm-hmm. Can one buy carats?
No. Well, let me rephrase that. Yes and no. You can't. Mm-hmm. Can't buy them external on an exchange. They'll never be outside on an exchange. That's internal. You can always exchange it to Bitcoin or gold grains and go outside and use them. You could exchange carats inside our system with other members. So you could do that, right? Hey, I need you to do, this work for me. I'll pay you in carats. Or, hey, I need a quick, $50. I send you some carats. You send me the $50. Is that buying carats? Sure. it's no problem, but it's meant for internal to our ecosystem, right? So we're working together, we're paying. So yes and no, you can't buy it out on an exchange because there will never be any outside of our system. Someone will have to have an account and will move from one account in our system to another account in our system. As let's say, for example, we have a deal with hotels, right? So people go into a hotel, they booked in our system, they're paying the hotel with carrots, and the hotel is a partner of ours, right? And what they do is they give the carrots back to us and we give them Bitcoin.
Okay. 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 So sir, I heard that carrot from a post in the group that carrots appreciate by 1 to 5% on daily basis. Is it true, sir?
So the formula is on the webpage under carrots. You can read it, right? It's a little more complicated than that. It's not 1% daily, 1 to 5% daily in price like TBC coin, right? It's 1 to 5% of value that's set aside within the pool. So let's say this is the pool that's gathered of Bitcoin, right? So everything that's sitting there in Bitcoin is, and you have that many carrots out there that are a percentage of all the Bitcoin in here, right? So that's to get the price, right? You're just going to divide the number of carrots by the amount of Bitcoin, or rather you're dividing the Bitcoin by the amount of carrots out there. But what we're going to do based upon the transactions every day. So if there's a lot of transactions, there's more value that's created in the carrots. And the way we do that is, let's say we had a difference between today and the day before of say, big increase, 20% in sales, right? Of people doing transactions. Let's say it was 10,000 transactions yesterday, and the day before that it was 5,000 transactions. So it's double, right? So that would be a high number. That would be 5% would be now stored away from what came into our Bitcoin pool there. We would take from that day that 5% of that, and we would store it. It's still inside all of the in that pool, right? So it's not changing. It's just we're not going to put any carrots out from here. So what that 5%, since it's not going to draw any carrots on it, that forces the price of the carrots up. So in other words, there's not as many carrots going out that day. More Bitcoin is divided up by less carrots, meaning the price now goes up on the carrots. So the difference, like within say TBC coins, right, is that it was it said we're going up in price every day, but no one could see where the value was. Our value is sitting there in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. And so what we're going to do is this abundance formula is based on value, right? So we're going to be storing away. We're not drawing the more carrots out, right? So we're giving out less carrots. So what this normally would have been, if there was no abundance formula, it would be just a simple division of how many people were out there, how many carrots go out. Instead, less carrots go out, but the price goes higher. Okay. Did you follow me?
Following, but not really understanding very well. But I'm following. I heard what you said very well, but the understanding is not the way I had it.
Yeah, it's read it on the carrots page. Right, and it's listed there. There's several steps, right? Because we remove the expenses from the operations. We add in from the different abundance programs that come through, right? So the carrots are affected by many abundance programs, right? Well, I mean, the first, we have the one, Sarah Gold. We'll be adding Sarah Red and Sarah White about the same time. Then we'll be adding other abundance programs. One will be Bitcoin mining program. That'll be under.
Okay. Okay. There will be a Bitcoin mining in this program.
There will be, not in the beginning, but they'll be out, you know, as fast as we can get there. You know, I don't want to, you know, push everything. You know, it might take us a year to get there, but hopefully it's, you know, 6 months. But we'll see.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Some other questions. Let me articulate it better some other times.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Any other questions? Just raise your hand or unmute yourself. The fastest way for me to get a question is to say that, okay, we're going to end right here. Okay, goodbye, everybody. We'll see you. And then everyone will raise their hand. Oh, good. It's an early evening. It's only 1 a.m. for me. Okay, that's good. We'll see you guys next time. Then I will go ahead and put up the poll, and then you can give me your suggestions on whether I think it's a good idea or not. Okay, good night, everybody.